Sweet Valentine's Day eats and drinks coming your way. Ahead, we're bringing you more on the places offering the festive snacks.
The reason why so much was invested into the Festival of Nations in the way that it was is to prevent what's happening right now.
The future of a classic St. Louis tradition in jeopardy. Ahead, the policy causing headaches for event organizers. Hi everyone, welcome to Michelle on the Money. Today we are looking at the big stories impacting your wallet in the bi-state, from business to consumer news. We want to get first to tariffs. We know that a 10% tariff is now on the books for goods coming from China. So that means we're going to pay more for a number of household goods and electronics. Earlier this week, there was a little bit of confusion on how this might play out, especially when the U.S. Postal Service halted packages from China and Hong Kong and then reversed its decision just hours later. So this mainly impacted purchases from Temu or Shein because they were able to ship smaller envelopes to avoid paying fees altogether. All right, the future of one of the largest multicultural festivals in the country is at risk for being canceled right now. Organizers of Festival of Nations say that funding is in jeopardy as the Trump administration puts a pause on some payouts. This is a huge event by the International Institute, which recently laid off nearly 2/3 of its staff members. Travis Cummings reports on the event's future.
I am very concerned about the state of St. Louis in relation to immigration and refugee support.
Major disappointment in the St. Louis region after an email surfaced announcing a pause on vendors signing up for the country's largest multicultural festival.
The reason why so much was invested into the Festival of Nations in the way that it was is to prevent what's happening right now.
Up until last week, Afghan immigrant and activist Modi Siddiqui worked for the International Institute of St. Louis behind the event that brought hundreds of thousands of people to Tower Grove Park last year. This year, plans are at a standstill after President Trump's freeze on federal funding. Siddiqui's resignation comes just months after the CEO stepped away.
He was leading us towards thinking outside federal funding.
Five on Your Side reached out to the International Institute about this setback. A spokesperson responded saying that in addition to the cancellation, 60% of their staff across the state have been furloughed.
The statement goes on to say the International Institute remains open and will continue to serve clients in accordance with our obligations, moral and contractual. How we deliver that service will be changing in the coming days, however.
Hundreds and thousands of refugee families who could have been given the chance to start a brand new life are now at a halt.
In 2024, the org served about 4,600 people, helping newcomers get adjusted economically and culturally. Siddiqui, a two-time refugee, says her commitment is still charged.
And I'd like to welcome you to Kishmish Nachat.
With her new podcast, Modi Speaks.
That's going to bring hope and resilience together and amplify the voices of the people who are unknown and unheard.
She's relying on her fellow St. Louisans to lean in.
We must, as St. Louis City, come together more than ever before and pull out from our resources.
Travis Cummings, 5 on Your Side.
And we should mention that it is not clear if the Festival of Nations will still happen. Of course, we'll keep you posted, but it has been a St. Louis tradition now for more than a century. Right now, the future of the Rams settlement money also uncertain after the Board of Aldermen could not agree on a spending plan. So 5 on Your Side attended the meeting earlier this week as members debated all 7 plans to break up the nearly $300 million pot. A big point of contention was water infrastructure.
The reality is us giving $40 million right now to water after we just raised people a water bill is still going to be, a pun on words, a drop in the bucket to water. They need ultimately 400-some million.
Water is the most basic of the basic item that we provide to our public. It's the one thing that people cannot live without.
Other plans would distribute the money to North City, South City, and downtown, while others would give more to child care services and workforce training. Right now, the Missouri Senate is taking a cue from the Trump administration to create a government efficiency committee. Now, the committee's websites let you report instances of government fraud, waste, or abuse. You can also suggest ways to improve government efficiency. So that website is live as we speak. Right now, the Wellspent Brewing Company in Midtown is looking for a new buyer. That is according to a social media post from the owner on Monday. The property off of Olive Street was listed for $99,000. The owner of the business did put out a statement on social media, and it read in part, "As fun and fulfilling as this project is and continues to be for me, I have to pass it off to someone else. My commitments to my family, community, and other projects simply must take priority now." Right now, the team behind the Grace Meat and 3 restaurant in the Grove is planning to open a brand new restaurant in Crestwood. How about that? According to our partners at the St. Louis Business Journal, Grace Chicken and Fish is going to open off Watson Road sometime this year. The new restaurant is taking over space from King Edward's Chicken and Fish, which will be closing down on February 18th. And for those of you who enjoy a cup of coffee, you now have one less spot to grab your morning cup of joe, because Blondie's Coffee, Wine and Dessert Bar in downtown West is now closed. The coffee shop located off Washington Avenue shut down on Friday, according to a note on the restaurant's front door. And we also want to bring you some new details on another closure, this one involving a South St. Louis city eatery. Mom's Deli on Jamison will close on Sunday, February 23rd. Now, on a sign posted on the door, it says that their lease is not being renewed, but they are now searching for a brand new location. The eatery has been open for 47 years. All right, you know, it is the dead of winter, but thousands of moms are looking at summer camp right now. Rebecca Coase from St. Louis Moms is here to help us navigate, sign up, saving money, and staying safe, really. So much to think about. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me. Excited to chat about summer.
Oh my gosh, I'm looking forward to summer after this winter.
Me too.
You know, St. Louis Mom really is the #1 source for moms here. So I know that you just released your summer camp guide for all of us slackers out there, really.
No slacking in motherhood. Come on, we're not slackers.
Oh yeah, that's right. Really, there's something for everybody this year.
Yeah, so we hit publish on our summer camp guide in January. I used to do it in March and came to realize that was far too late.
Yeah.
Because moms ask us for summer camp help in December. And that blew my mind. You know, moms are ready, we're planning. It's time to go.
Yeah.
So,
well, that's what I was going to say, because I have interviewed you before. And, you know, I started looking at summer camps around Christmas, which I thought was kind of, you know, like, okay, is this too much? But now signups have started opening, and what I've discovered is that some are already full.
Yes.
What's that about?
I know some fill up really fast, but don't panic, because there's so many that are open that will remain open for a couple months. But I will say, I think it's important now, if you check out our guide, peruse it, see what's in there that you like, and many camps are offering an early bird discount. So it's really important to go ahead. If you find a camp that you like, go ahead and sign up today, because you're probably going to get the best deal for it today. But there's so much in our guide. We have over 50 features of local camps. We've got STEM camps, we've got art camps, we've got sleepaway camps, we've got camps through private schools. Also, check your local municipality. If proximity is important to you and you want to stay close to home, those are often a really cost-effective way to do that, and you're in your community too.
Right. I know, for example, I know the Lodge in De Pere has some really great summer camps and holiday camps. I've signed up before.
Yes, absolutely. We love the Lodge.
What do you look for when you personally are looking for a summer camp? Because, you know, safety is a big concern. If you've never been there, you also might be worried, okay, are my kids going to really like something for 5 days or 10 days? What do you look for?
Well, I will say I have 4 children now, and so for me, proximity, affordability, those are really important to me. I don't want to be having to drive all over, you know, if I'm shuffling multiple kids different places. So I like to kind of stay close to home if I can. Affordability, and also if it aligns with their interests. You know, I'll go through our guide and I'll be like, hey guys, what do you think? You know, do you think you want to try art, or maybe do you want to try soccer this time? And, you know, I'll try to find something that will align what I think would be a good fit for them. Obviously, you know, you want it to be a reputable place. If you've been there before, if you've heard good things, also talk to other moms. I love talking to my friends and saying, hey, what camps did you like last summer? What would you recommend?
Yeah, and you do learn a lot, and I will not say this this camp, but someone was like, oh, I would not go there. They lost my kid last year. Like I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
cross that off the list.
Cross that one off. But what tips can you give when it comes to kind of, looking at your whole 12 weeks or whatever it is that you've got off? Do you do a spreadsheet? Like, what do you do? Because I feel like that's where it gets you. Last year I double booked my vacation and a camp. So I thought, what a waste of money,
For sure. I would say, look at your family's goals, look at your family's planning, calendar for the summer. And, we blocked off, okay, these are the weeks we know we're going to be on vacation. And then I try not to overbook my kids, during the summertime. I realize I'm in a privileged position to be able to say that, I have flexibility to be with my kids. But, I think it's important to let them have time to be kids and kick the can and be a little bit bored. So I try not to do back-to-back-to-back camps. I'll do one and then maybe let 2 weeks pass, or, and then I try to allow for some time, for family adventures too. But I think, prioritizing what your family wants to do for the summer and then building around that.
Yeah, and that's great too, because they do say that being bored really, brings or helps kids be more creative, so
Absolutely.
Be bored a little bit.
Yeah,
Save
I
some
think
money.
Kids could use more of that these days.
People will be coming into the summer camp game and going, oh my gosh, what do I do? So last advice.
Absolutely. I would say organize yourself. I love a spreadsheet. That might not work for you, but I love a spreadsheet. Talk to your partner. Get on the same page about what you're doing. You might want to talk to your friends too and say, hey, what are you guys doing this year? Do we want to try to sign the kids up together? I'm on an email chain right now and we're trying to figure that out. So I would say talk to your friends, talk to your partner, make your plan. Check out our guide, all of the camps in there. We have a variety of activities and price points, and they've all been vetted and they're reputable. So,
okay, well, thank you. I think you have
I have a little friend calling me. So.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it, Rebecca. And
thank you.
Great advice. If you want to read the summer camp guide for yourself, go to stlouismom.com, and we will also link it on ksdk.com as well. That little baby was so cute, a little distracting there. Love it. This weekend, Super Bowl action will be getting underway in New Orleans. The reigning Super Bowl champs will be facing off against the Philadelphia Eagles. Kickoff will begin at 5:30 on Sunday night. So we want to talk about, of course, what we're going to eat. Right? That is the center of discussion in the sporting world because so many of us are going to go to watch parties. So while it's no secret that food costs have been on the rise, we do want to bring you some things to consider when you're making your grocery list before the big game. We know that food costs are up on avocados and chicken, while chips and veggies are actually down. And I know you'll still buy chicken wings this year, right? But be forewarned, you're going to pay about 7% more than last year. But the prices for frozen pizza are actually down 4%, so maybe you can host a Super Bowl pizza party. Let's look at some of the sides, though. You may want to turn to a classic veggie plate. Celery and broccoli costs are down 0.4% and 7.2% respectively. Chips and dip are still really good options. Onion dip costs 1.5% more than it did last year, but the cost of salsa decreased by 1.1%. So maybe skip the guac. Avocado costs, as we said, just have spiked 11.5%. So that's a considerable spike amid concerns about the threat of tariffs on imports from Mexico. And if you don't want to worry about the hassle of making food, you can also order out.
Just come in and support all your local restaurants right now. It's been a cold, slow winter, and whether you get it from us at Grace Meeting 3 or you pick your favorite spot, just go out and support all those people.
Love that. Support our locals. All in all, hosting 10 people could cost you around $139, which is actually the same price as last year. And new this weekend, brand new, and Aldi is now open in Olivet. Look at the line there. The store opened up on Thursday morning off of Olive Crossing near Interstate 170, and this all comes as part of the supermarket's expansion across St. Louis. Also new in our local consumer news, Schnucks has found success in its pilot program for customers to avoid those checkout lines, and so it's now expanding its smart shopping carts all around St. Louis. And take a look here. These are the carts that let you pay for your groceries without having to go through the checkout. The carts rolled out in Cottleville, St. Charles, and Twin Oaks in 2024. Over the next few months, carts will be added to the Arsenal and Butler Hill stores in St. Louis, along with stores in O'Fallon, Clayton, and Swansea, Illinois. A very familiar name in the rap game is set to perform here in St. Louis later this month. If you want to buy some tickets, on February 28th, Lil Wayne is going to be hitting the stage at the Enterprise Center along with some special guests, the Hot Boys. The concert is slated for 8 p.m. that evening, and tickets for the concert are on sale, but a warning, it is going to be a little pricey. The cheapest ones that we found were going for about $77. And then check this out. While we are still just a few days away from Valentine's Day, you can already surprise your sweetheart with a sweet drink from Starbucks right now. Earlier this week, the coffee chain dropped its new Blackberry Sage refreshers along with Valentine's Day sips. Those include the chocolate-covered strawberry creme frappuccino and the chocolate hazelnut cookie cold brew. So do keep in mind that these drinks are available only for a limited time. And that is not the only Valentine's Day snack that you'll be able to check out. Emo's is also cooking up something pretty special here. The pizza chain, dubbed the Square Beyond Compare, is actually bringing back its heart-shaped pizza. You can profess your love with Provel from now until February 16th. That's going to do it for us. Thanks so much for watching Michelle on the Money. And for more money stories like these, be sure to join me every day on Today in St. Louis starting at 5 in the morning. We're going to see you again next weekend right here on the 5+ app.